Hello, everyone. Hello. Welcome back to my channel. Always so happy to find you here. I do upload on Mondays and Thursdays. And then again, if there's some hot topic that comes about during the week, but that's as it presents itself, as this one is. And I hope that you subscribe anytime while watching this video. Click subscribe and you'll be notified when I have uploaded new content for your view. And of course, my pleasure. And it is indeed my pleasure. Welcome to any new subscribers. I'm delighted to have you here. So this whole Age of Truth, starting with Katt WIlliams, and it's just still ongoing. So I'm sure periodically, as this whole genre of comedy, I think that we're under a comedy attack where comedy is in crisis and is no laughing matter, and there's no water hose to hose down the fire that's bringing everybody down, or at least to some sense of heat on everybody, particularly all Black comedians, which is bothersome to me, but it's not like comedians in general. It's like all Black comedians, the kings of comedy and the queens of comedies. And kings and queens should be loving, we love our kings and our kings love us. So, but anyway, that's just me. I don't like it. But having said that, I heard today on the radio, and I am not a person who listens to Steve Harvey. I mean, nothing against Steve Harvey, but that's not what I listen to. But today I heard it as I was driving. And I hear him giving feedback about this issue that's happening right now. I think it was in his closing, he was about to get off the air. And he began to explain the industry and how the concerts are booked, the promoters, the contracts are written, explain things that you and I as just people in the audience who want to go and see a show wouldn't know, because we don't care. We ain't in it, y'all. This is not our life. We just want to laugh for the night. But he begins to explain it, and he uses an example of how it's important to be the headliner, because the headliner can pull in even more people than others that's also on the show are going to be performing. And that one promoter had the audacity, because he didn't even have a big enough name to do this, but he was a promoter for this particular show, how he switched Steve Harvey as the headliner to Chris Tucker. And Steve was like, well, as long as you pay me, I don't care. Because the marquee has to change, he says. The marquee has to change. And then he had talked to Chris Tucker about it, and Chris was like, are you okay with that? And he's like, yeah, we're good, as long as I get my check. He went on to explain that it didn't bother him that he wasn't the headliner, although he should have been, because this young person didn't know any better, he's saying. After explaining that, he went on to say, and for all of those who are looking at what I'm going through, are calling it karma, you don't know anything about karma, he says, because every life has good and bad, ups and downs, hot and cold. This is just life. This is just a part of my life. And I thought, you're in karma. And let me tell you why I said that. And I've done a few, I'll drop them in the description box if you like. I've done a few videos on karma. And I have said, karma is good or karma is bad. Karma is what you put out, and karma is what you get out. Everybody want to make karma so bad. You got your karma coming, almost like they're like, oh, karma go get you. And all. Stop your nonsense. You don't understand energy, first of all, if you're saying that. So I digress. And I'm sorry, I shouldn't say you don't. I don't know what you understand. But a person who says that, who thinks that karma is just out to get you, it's a come getting, you've been getting coming to you for a long time kind of thing. No, this is nonsense, because karma is, almost like you reap what you sow. This is why a person who is always seems to be lucky having it, because they've been sowing that. They've been working, they've been demonstrating, they've been meditating, they've been doing whatever it is to make them continue to get that, is what I'm saying. I do believe Steve is in karma. And I view it differently. This is how I view karma. Karma, when it comes to you, it may not come to you in this existing life form. So you're saying, do we have a different life form? I'm not getting into that. Some life while you're living, you may never get it, but you'll see someone else get it because it is their time to have it. But once karma comes its way, you can't misidentify it because the intensity of it is so strong. It's not like you're having a bad day. You're having a tremendously bad day. It's not like you're having a bad time. You're having a long, drawn out bad time. And it usually comes as a result of past due deeds, wronging other people. Karma deals with the heart of the matter, I'll say. This is why a person who, let's give a good example. Can I have a good example? This is why a person who divorces and then mistreats the other contenders for their love constantly gets it by one simple love interest they can't have. You can't have that. You can't have him. You can't have her. Because karma is saying, I've presented you before and you didn't take it then. So now I'm going to get this, that, and that. Karma, when it comes, it never stops until it finishes its assignment. It's never late. It's never early. It never leaves before it's done. It lets you know the intensity of it is different than anything you've ever experienced before in your life. So having said that, I gave examples before, and I'll upload that. I'll drop that into the description box when I discuss Steve's Katt WIlliams reference. But he's going through a divorce. The person that he loved so deeply that he felt his soul. He said it. I feel her in my soul like I never felt another woman. I've been married before. She's so into my soul. Only to find out she was sleeping with his security guard. So that cherished being down on you. Then after that, the Katt WIlliams truth comes out. Then after that, a show or two got canceled. Then after that, Family Feud with his children versus her children, who he adopted as his own children. And all this is happening in the Family Feud matters of his own. All of that and other things we may not know about. This is the description of karma. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not even a mean person. I'm a very kind-hearted person. People say that all the time, and I've learned to just say, okay, I guess I am. But I can tell you the truth about a thing, and it's this. So let's just use relationships as examples, because we've all had relationships. So let's just use that and Valentine's coming up. So let's use that. If you male, female, I'm not going to keep crossing genders because it confuses my brain, but whomever, I date men, so I'll say man to a woman. So whoever you date, that's fine. If you have not learned how to love a person in their individualism, you'll love them like everyone else you ever loved. So when that rare cut, that rare diamond, that rare clarity of a diamond, that rare jewel of a diamond comes to you, it looks like everything else, but it's rare. And it's easy for you to just miss it because you have not been acclimated to that level of love. This is why he could love her to his soul and she could cheat on him with a low-down security. Now, I call him low-down because anybody who does, he's your security officer. Let me use myself as an example, which I often do. Let me be Margie for a minute. No, because I would never do it. But let me be me, and I'm married to Steve. If the security officer came to me, you see, look at me, I'm getting all situated. I'm getting into queen mode. Oh, I'm getting into queen mode. If the security came to me and hit on me inappropriately, I'm gonna first play it off like, maybe I got it wrong. I'm like, I'll play it off. I may not even tell my husband because he got a million things going on. And maybe I got it wrong. So I don't want him to look at him sideways because maybe I got it. But I know me. I'm a very tapped in person when it comes to the opposite sex. I understand men well. And the past videos I talk about hanging around my dad, my grandfather, my dad, all the time. I'm a dad, I'm a girl's guy. Yeah, I'm a guy's girl. I'm a guy's girl. So I get it. So I give him a pass. When it comes again, if it comes again, I would be just like, let me tell you something. I thought it was some kind of way the last time, and I dismissed my intuition that it was that. But this one is clear. And so let me be clear with you. I am deeply in love with my husband, and I don't know how you could be confused about that. I don't know how you could not see that. If you ever come for me again, I'll make sure that you won't work with us. And I'm going to let him know. I don't need to be uncomfortable around you when he's here and when he's not. If you look at me the wrong way again, you won't look at me anymore because you won't be around to do so. And I'd leave it at that. And I'm not playing. You see the energy? I'm not. Let me tell you why. My husband is a king to me. And when you come for me, you violate him by default. And I'm not having it. So when I get home that night, I need to speak with you. And see, he would, because he's a king, he would understand the tone when I say it. And I would tell him exactly what happened. And I would say, I've already handled it. I'm informing you. And whatever action you take, I support you, but I don't think you need to do anything, but just know that it's him. Now, if you're uncomfortable and you don't want him around us, then go do the thing. Get his final check. But trust and believe me, he'll never do it. And I leave it at that. I leave it at that. Because one thing about a real queen, she understands the language of a king. She knows she can get through to him. She can get through to him in a way that it would not excite more anger from him. She took it for him. So this is what I mean by that. So that's just an example. So when he today said in his show that he's not under karma, you are under karma. You don't want to call it karma because too many facets of your life are hitting your life with an intensity that is destructive. And a lot of time, the egoistic person can't see it until they have an actual fall. So I suggest you see it now. Okay? And that's all. That's all. So just, we have to watch these signs around us because karma is a real thing, in my opinion. It's a bad day is a real thing. A season of bad times is a real thing. And you cannot invite it out once it's in. It's going to come. So let it come and let it pass. That these things shall pass. So let it pass. Let it be. And keep yourself. This is what I would say to anyone having a difficult time, including so for anyone, because life is imperfect. It's imperfect. Is this: don't let it succumb you. Rise above it every time. Not to be a defiant person who rises above, but to be a gracious one that you grew through that. And love deeper, and love genuinely, and love in such a way that it is irregular for you to do a shady, shoddy, low down thing. It's not even in your character. And if you are, this is why you don't have a real queen or a real king. Because a real queen or a real king will detect that and they don't want anything to do with it. Not that they don't want you. They don't want anything to do with it. They don't want to be involved in your karma. They don't want to be a part of your drama. Karma, drama, no thank you. Okay. So that's all. I wanted to give that feedback on Steve Harvey when I saw him today. I heard him today on the radio. If you've gotten this far, I hope you click subscribe. Bring a friend with you next time. I enjoy finding you here, so I'll see you next time. Okay? And I love you. Valentine's is coming up. Or maybe I may post this after that because this is like karma. But anyway, I love you. Bye. Go 49ers. Oh, yeah, go 49ers.